Welcome
to Jurassic Park, one of the greatest Hollywood movies ever made, directed by one of the greatest filmmakers of all time, Steven Spielberg. This film is what most modern blockbusters try to be. It's got memorable characters, special effects that still hold up even after its release, and it still manages to be endearing and horrifying at the same time. I don't have that much to say about this film that hasn't already been said. It's an excellent film, and if you haven't seen it already, you're doing yourself a disservice and go watch it. Now, what does this have to do with monkeys? Monkey Mayhem is in the title of the video, and that clearly isn't a monkey. Garrett, where are you going with this? I'll care to elaborate. The film Jurassic Park is not an original IP made by Spielberg and screenwriter David Koepp. It's actually based on a novel by Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton's a very interesting guy. Up until his death on November 4th, 2008, he had written a lot of novels that were turned into films. He also dipped his toes into directing, such as Coma with Michael Douglas, Runaway with Tom Selleck, and most notably, he directed the original film version of Westworld. But most notably, in 1980, he wrote a book, and that book was called Congo. See where I'm going here? After the release of Jurassic Park in 1993, Paramount Pictures decided they wanted film to ape the success of that film by making their own Jurassic Park, and thus we got the film adaptation of Michael Crichton's book Congo, directed by frequent Spielberg collaborator Frank Marshall and written by John Patrick Shanley, the writer of the 1988 film Moonstruck, which won him an Academy Award. Now that sounds very promising. A director who helped with some of the greatest movies ever made, and a writer who has won an award 8 years earlier? How did it turn out?
That's right.
Tickle me,
Jungle.
tickle
Home.
me, tickle me.
Oh no. Monkeys, love them or hate them, they're one of the most interesting animals in the animal kingdom. The film industry thought that too, so they decided to make movies about them. But not just any movie, movies where they are the scariest things known to man. Big monkeys, small monkeys, apes, even Bigfoot. You name them, I'm talking about it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Monkey Mayhem. Congo is a film from 1995 starring Laura Linney and Ernie Hudson. It's a film that has a lot of ideas and tries to do things differently compared to the movie it's ripping off. But in the end, it doesn't really work out all too well. But why is that? What makes this film bad compared to Michael Crichton's previous work? Well, let's dive into it. Also, I'm going to be trying something new. When this film initially came out, there was a small rollout of games to merchandise the film. One of them was a pinball machine you'd normally find in arcades and movie theaters. And then they released actual video games. And one of the main ones was Congo the Movie, The Lost City of Zinj. The game was released on the Sega Saturn. They were originally going to release a version on the SNES, but that version was never released. But emulations still live online. And if you look at it, yeah, I see why they would not want to release this.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the is that?
So for this video, I'm going to be showing you some of my gameplay footage of the Sega Saturn version whenever I make any of my points. Goodbye, pink backdrop. It's Congo time. The movie begins with B-roll of Africa the second unit probably did to fill up the runtime. Yeah, all these shots of the locals hanging out and animals being animals make it seem like the movie's gonna be classy and documentary-like. Well, just you wait. A group of scientists are taking refuge on a mountain called Mukenko? I think I pronounced that right. And oh my god, Bruce Campbell is in this movie? Okay, if Ash from Evil Dead starts obliterating monkeys with a chainsaw hand, I'll immediately give this 5 monkeys, no question.
Swallow this.
They're in Africa to search for a rare kind of diamond. A diamond that can set off a laser gun that is being watched by a former CIA operative and a tech CEO via a satellite that's for some reason roaming across space. Now I'm gonna say something a little controversial, but this seems a little far-fetched. But hey, the movie's just started. Maybe it'll get more plausible once it goes on. With the unrealistic premise Jurassic Park had, at least the film still felt grounded. So maybe that could be the case for this film. I'm asking for too much, aren't I? So Laura Linney loses connection with them, and Bruce Campbell and this other guy are walking around till they go through a lake where the water looks like pee. Damn, did they walk around the same water that Godzilla went out of in King Kong vs. Godzilla? Since that was in the Arctic, he must have peed so strong that it traveled all the way to Africa and is somehow in this movie. Now my logic is just as preposterous as the movie. While going through the lake, they end up finding a temple, but as soon as Bruce Campbell finds it, this happens. And when Bruce Campbell notices this, he screams and he dies off screen. Wait, what? We're 7 minutes into the film and Ash has already died? Alright, so the movie verdict is half a monkey out of 5, and I don't even care about the monkey verdict. See ya! I'm kidding. But seriously, you set up this character played by an actor a lot of people know about, especially since Army of Darkness came out 3 years before this, and you just kill him off like he's just some random person to set the plot forward? That doesn't make any sense. What a load of baloney. Anyways, they finally get transmission back from the satellite, and Laura Linney starts looking for the scientists. It turns out all the scientists are dead, as she gets ridiculed by her boss, who, I gotta say, is the most unrealistic character in the whole movie. And we're talking about a movie about killer apes. How, you might ask? Well, just watch.
I need those diamonds, Dr. Ross! I've got 40,000 people working for me. They all depend on me. I need a new cash machine. This diamond, this is it. You're gonna have to go down there, Dr. Ross.
Are you human?
I'll be human later.
This guy is a walking cartoon. You're telling me that the death of your employees don't matter whatsoever and all you care about is getting that diamond? How are you gonna do that? Sweep this under the rug? How could you when multiple people have died and they'll have to tell their families? I guess when you're rich, that doesn't matter. It's all about the money. What a cliche. So we cut to another part of the world where, yo, Doom cameo, let's go. Excuse me. Where this guy who looks like a dollar store version of Patrick Swayze is doing a presentation with his pet monkey, Amy. And if you think the story hasn't gone any more off the rails after the first 10 minutes, well, guess what? It gets worse.
Peter. Hello, Peter. Amy. 7. Amy. Good gorilla.
Yes, you heard that right. The monkey is able to talk with state-of-the-art technology. With the satellite, the crazy power-hungry boss, and this monkey, I feel less like we're watching a movie of the same quality as Jurassic Park, and more like I'm watching a Saturday morning cartoon that would be playing around the same time as Dino Riders or something. And you might be wondering, Garrett, now that the monkey can speak, what are some of the things she says?
That's right.
Tickle me.
Jungle.
Tickle
Home.
me. Tickle me.
You don't want to know. Anyways, after a scene where Amy gets a nightmare, we are introduced to Tim Curry's character. And Tim Curry is just bizarre. Isn't Tim Curry always playing offbeat characters in movies? Well, in this it's different. He has this accent, he does it so poorly.
Herkema Homolka, formerly of Romania, free now of the chains of Ceausescu, traveling the world, doing good.
So discount Patrick Swayze makes a plan to go to Africa because of signs that Amy had in the nightmare, and Tim Curry and the woman from before team up at the airport.
Ugly woman. Ugly woman.
Yes, very, very ugly woman. Now let's get your seatbelt on.
I guess Amy is based. They get onto the plane, and wacky hijinks ensue. The animatronic for Amy is so weird, it feels like I'm watching a person talk to a robot from a Universal Studios attraction.
Tickle Amy.
Just please stop saying that! And after all that, they finally land in Central Africa. This tourist-looking guy drives to where they're supposed to go when all of a sudden...
Is he good?
He's very good. He's also
They drive over to their destination and oh my god. Ernie Hudson? Are we gonna get the Ghostbusters 3 we all wanted, where instead of ghosts they shoot monkeys? Be better than what they did to Bruce Campbell. So Winston from Ghostbusters pulls a gun on some random military dude and hijacks an army truck. Oh, and he gives a cigar to Amy as well.
Amy, don't inhale.
What makes it even better is that she keeps the cigar in her mouth for most of the scene. I can't take anything seriously because there's an animatronic monkey in the back of a military truck puffing smoke like her life depended on it. They keep driving and eventually get interrogated and arrested by the police military people. They are broken free though when they explain what they are doing to this army captain right here. This scene is a whole can of worms I gotta open. I have no idea if this is supposed to be serious or what's going on. Is this supposed to be funny? Because this scene is so poorly executed that it ends up funny.
Mr. Homolka, stop eating my sesame cake. Stop eating my sesame cake!
You know what? This is just the movie. This explains everything. Confusing. They head off to the wild and get on board a plane. But before they get on, Tim Curry and Ernie Hudson get angry at each other.
Oh, shut up, you filthy...
Tim, you gonna put your life on the line for this? Even Ernie Hudson is like, say it, I dare you, ruin your career right here, right now. First the racist depictions and murders in the room more, then the blackface in King Kong vs. Godzilla. Why does every movie I review for this series have something racist happen? Stop it, Hollywood! They get on the plane, and a little bit after they start flying, they immediately start getting shot at by rockets. which, by the way, for a plane that doesn't seem to have a pilot flying it, seems to be flying pretty well. But that doesn't stay for too long as the plane default explodes in midair. This is where the movie starts to slow down a lot. We get a lot of scenes of everybody walking, setting up refuge, and trying their best at character development. We also get some scenes of Amy being wacky and pissing off Laura Linney.
Dr. Ross. What the hell's...
Oh, and monkeys start mating while they try and go to sleep.
What is that?
What is that?
Mating season. There's a moon like that. Every monkey for 200 miles thinks he's Elvis Presley.
Nature's just gross, man. We get more boring character stuff. Amy plays with a frog. A tribe brings a person back to life. Wait, what?
It's not him.
It's not who?
It's Bob Driscoll. Jesus, what happened to him?
Yeah, so we've gone past the realm of science fiction and went into full-blown fantasy. Okay, Congo. Everything seems fine at first, until he sees Amy and dies immediately. If I saw a monkey with a robot arm talking, I would die too. After this, we get even more character moments. They're on a boat now. Tim Curry believes that the paintings Amy was making at the beginning were of a city of monkeys in the lost Congo. Honestly, to shorten this all down, I'm gonna fast forward this part because it'll be another 10 minutes of me saying they walk around, spew more exposition, Amy attempts to be funny, wash, rinse, repeat. So let's fast forward, shall we? Alright, so after a bit of them walking, they come across something I never expect to see in this movie. Another monkey. Yeah, in a movie marketed that there's a lot of apes, we get our first monkey besides Amy an hour into the film. At this point, there's 40 minutes left, so I'm not excited to see another monkey, I just want the film to end. Discount Patrick Swayze stares at it for a bit, and he walks away. As Amy tries to be friends with that monkey, him and his posse don't care and walk away.
Hello, I'm Amy. I'm Amy.
Why is this funny to me? More walking scenes later, and they finally get to the spot where Ash died at the beginning of the movie. Turns out they died right next to this temple area that Tim Curry was talking about before.
The gorilla drew this. That gorilla has seen the city of Zinj.
And he gets really excited.
It is the city of Zinj that I have looked for all my life.
As some of them go inside the temple to look for monkeys, in Tim Curry's case, diamonds.
No, the diamonds are here.
Damn, him and the millionaire guy should go on a date. A couple of the crew stay outside with Amy. Amy ends up being a complete idiot and walking away from them, which ultimately causes the demise of this dude here, who dies of shock when he tries to get inside the temple. We get our first glimpse of one of the evil monkeys, but it's really hard to tell because they do this dropped frame rate thing that looks awful.
What the hell is that?
They soon go outside, and instead of leaving the city like a normal person would, they pull out military artillery-like weaponry and camp out for the rest of the night. A bunch of the monkeys try to kill them, but get absolutely obliterated by machine guns and turrets. The next morning, Amy runs off to meet with the posse of apes shown before. You see, these monkeys are good, but the ones they were killing were bad, because they had skeleton faces. I don't know, you figure it out yourself. While searching through one of the temples, a volcano inexplicably erupts and the crew members get stuck inside. While trying to find a way out, they come across a hidden mine with diamonds. Tim Curry wants to take all the diamonds for himself, but the crew realizes they are cornered by the evil monkeys. They tell him not to take them, but he's so smitten with greed he keeps trying to grab as much as he can, until... Rip my boy. If you think it couldn't get more ridiculous, well, today's your lucky day, folks. We finally arrived to the spot. The spot where the monkeys get killed by laser guns.
What the hell are you doing anyway?
What am I doing? I'll tell you what I'm doing. We're getting out of here.
We are. What about them?
Put him on the endangered species list.
So, Yeah, after one of the greatest scenes in movie history, we get another hilarious moment. Lava starts shooting out of the ground and killing the monkeys. They all kill themselves in this fire, and the special effects in this sequence are truly a sight to behold. They find their way out of the temple. Also, Amy caught up with them too. How? Speedy monkey powers, I don't know. After an overly elongated scene of them escaping, Laura Linney takes a receiver from a crashed ship to talk to the CEO guy. She tells him people have died. Instead of that, he says,
I have bad news. Charles, he was killed.
Did you get the diamond?
oh my god, dude, calm down. Who wrote this? Who acts like this? She understandably gets mad at him for being, well, an awful person, and decides, screw it, I'm gonna shoot a beam into the sky and blow up a satellite as payback. Wait, what? Excuse me? Sorry, I need a second. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, the movie's ending. So Amy decides to be with the posse of apes she's only met for 5 seconds and leaves discount Patrick Swayze behind. The 3 surviving members get on a hot air balloon that inexplicably was there, and they throw the diamond away as Amy and her posse walk away into the sunset. This movie sucks. It's a totally inconsistent mess. Does it want to be a horror film, an adventure film, sci-fi, fantasy? I really have no idea. All the characters are extremely forgettable and bland besides Ernie Hudson, whose presence is always a plus and does his best with what he has, but ultimately can't save this poorly written script, where half of it is people walking around in forests, with the really exciting moments only happening at the very end. In the end, if you're looking for something like this, just watch Jurassic Park instead, or any other movie that's good, really. I'd give it 1.5 monkeys out of 5. Anything with the monkeys for the most part is pretty whatever. The Amy animatronic and the rest of the animatronics are cool sometimes, but they don't have much to do besides come to frame and attempt to be funny. I'd give Amy and the gang 2 monkeys out of 5. Well, I'd say that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I decided to give you guys another Monkey Mayhem because I'm still working on the Teletoon retrospective series and planning out what I want to do with it. Originally, I was going to talk about cartoons on the channel very quickly, but decided I think it would be better for you guys if I went more in depth and talked more about what I liked and didn't like about shows they played on the channel. Otherwise, you'll be seeing more content out soon, and make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're curious about my other opinions on other films, follow my letterbox in the link below. Peace.